Good evening. So good to see everyone this evening. I wish to extend a warm welcome to everyone present on this fine Tuesday. We have some great special guests with us tonight. As we step into the warmth, this almost that sweltering heat of June, I think it's only fair to acknowledge what we're all quietly celebrating, summer. Yes, indeed. Summer's here. So someone once said, summer, the reward educators and students both agree on. And I think we can all agree it's well earned. So here we are. But while the hallways may be a little more empty and a little bit quieter, the buses are a little less busy as well, our work continues. So that's why we're here tonight. So the board, the superintendent, and I were pleased that you have joined us as we celebrate student achievement. We're going to review some information tonight, make some policy decisions related to the effective operation of the Polk County School Board. So I appreciate your patience. I would like for us to call the June 9th, 2025 regular school board meeting to order. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Craig Miles, if you can come forward, we can all please stand. He will lead us in our invocation, and if we could all remain standing as well.
Let's pray together. Lord, we thank you so much for this evening, for bringing us here safely. Lord, I thank you for the folks that have assembled here to do good, Lord, to put students first, to serve their families, the students, the staff, the faculty, Lord, to serve our community. Lord, I'd ask you would give them grace this evening, that, Lord, you would calm our hearts, that you would clear our minds. Lord, you know the obstacles and the challenges that will be discussed. Lord, the things that will be celebrated, the people, Lord, in their lives and what they have done. Lord, we want to thank you for all of that. Lord, we stand in need of your grace this hour, and we want to thank you for the grace that's brought us to this point. Lord, may your richest blessings please be upon everything that is done here tonight. May it be done decently, in good order, Lord. May it be done to your praise, honor, and glory for the most good for the most people. It's in Jesus Christ's name we pray, and all God's people said.
Amen. 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 All right, and our special guest, if you can step up to the podium. Very nice. Yes, indeed. And if you could lead us tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So if everybody could be seated, except our guest tonight. Our special guest. Wow, wow, wow. How are you this evening?
Good.
Yeah? So could you introduce yourself and anybody that you have with you tonight?
My name is Karina, and I have my mom and my sister, and my dad is up there.
Wow, yes. Excellent. We are so thankful that you're here with us. Are you happy that the school year is over?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so now you have to tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe some hobbies, some things that we should know about you.
I like to do art.
Wow. I know I could see it. Oh, I
like
cut you
math.
off. You like math? Wow. Wow, I could see your brain is just going 100 miles an hour. You've got so many things you want to say. Okay, so I'm going to ask deeper questions here okay, so art and math together, that's pretty impressive, right? I think that really is something that it is the whole child, right? It's everything about you and your intellect and your ability to be creative. So tell me something about your art, something that we should know about the art that you like to create.
I like to create paintings.
You like to paint. Wow. Okay, are there things or objects, animals? What are some objects or something that you enjoy painting?
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Wow, very good, very good. So maybe you can use your math abilities to be a marine biologist or something as well. But I don't know. I mean, okay, so math, what is it about math that you're interested in?
I like solving equations.
Wow. Man, I can tell you are a deep thinker. That's a great answer. Wow. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Now, obviously everybody's read your bio. We know that you're so involved at Davenport School of the Arts. Maybe tell us some different roles that you've taken part in as far as stage productions.
Were you in any plays?
I was in Charlie Brown.
Really? All right. And this was recent?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you step on stage, there's probably hundreds of people. I mean, I've been in that auditorium. It's really large. Were you nervous at all?
Yes.
You were? Are you nervous tonight?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't see it because you are just so bright and just so responsive and thoughtful. It's amazing. We are so thankful that you're here with us. Okay, so if you had a big dream, right? If you can see down the road, maybe, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years. Easy. I mean, what's your biggest dream? What are your aspirations? What do you want to be or do?
I want to be a marine biologist.
You do? Really? So I had that guess right. That's awesome. Well, that's a great combination. So I continue to encourage you to pursue the arts and the sciences. They do really go well together. Okay, so can you tell us something that you thoroughly enjoy about your school?
Being with my friends.
Ah, very nice. That is so huge and a part of our school experience for sure. So we are so thankful that you have joined us tonight. It is clear that you are brilliant. So thank you for being so thoughtful and sharing your experiences with us, and we hope the best for your future. So at this point now, you get to stand in the very center stage again, and with your guest, and Mr. Keys, I would assume it would be important for you to be there as well.
Can you take it?
Yep. So, Superintendent Hyde said that I could give this to you. It's a very special gift. And he said that I could do it. Usually I'm not allowed to do those things.
And I'm so sorry, I did not know that our principal was in the house as well. So we are so thankful that you're here with us.
Rare to have a performing arts principal who doesn't want to be in the
Yes, exactly.
but that is who she is.
And if we can give Ms. Keys a round of applause, indeed. Oh, love it. Thank you for sharing your family with us tonight, Mr. Keys. All right, board members, moving down the agenda, the first item on our agenda tonight is to accept our agenda. So Superintendent Hyde, are there any revisions in the agenda as printed?
There are, sir. Good evening. Item E number 1, approval of the minutes for the April 10th, 2025 special work session. That item was removed and will be returned on the July 29th board meeting agenda. Item H11, recommendation of bid awards for June 10th. School board meeting attachment was updated and added. Item K9, 5-year capital plan, was moved to action item. Item L number 1, non-instructional personnel actions, attachment was added. Item L number 2, administrative and instructional personnel actions, attachments were added. Item Q number 3, out-of-state field trips, item was added and an attachment was updated. Item T, number 7, half-cent sales tax committee appointee Eddie Twyford? Twyford, thank you. Item was added. Item T, number 8, half-cent sales tax committee appointee MJ Carnavale. Item was added. And item T, number 9, attendance boundary committee appointee Brian Yates. Item was added. And lastly, sir, board members, item T, number 11, transition school board executive assistant. Item added.
All right. So at this time, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the agenda for June 10th, 2025 with the noted revisions. Thank you, Superintendent. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Keys made the motion.
Second.
And Ms. Wyatt seconded. Any discussion on that? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. The next item up is our new administrator. Superintendent, could you lead us through this section?
My pleasure. We have 3 this evening. We'll ask them to step to the podium when their name is called. Ms. Jennifer Farrell, Acting Assistant Director for GIS Demography, was promoted to Assistant Director for GIS Demography.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. It's really good to be back. I'm really excited to be here. I enjoyed my time at Osceola, but this is my home. I live in Polk, and I just love it here. So I'm just really excited to be back and see everybody again and see where Polk is going. It's just, if I say the word excited one more time, will y'all just start checking that off for me?
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's really great to be here. Thanks.
We'll need to take a photo, and if you have any family members or guests with you, we'll ask them to join you.
Sadly, they could not make it tonight, but they are watching, and they were texting and telling me that they're watching, so they are watching.
We will ask to take your photo. Next, we have Dana Jennings, Acting Assistant Director for Exceptional Student Education, being promoted to Assistant Director of Exceptional Student Education Area.
Good evening, members of the board, administrators, staff, and community members. I want to express my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to stand before you today. I am both honored and humbled to accept the position of ESE Assistant Director. As I stand here tonight, I want to acknowledge the people who have supported me every step of the way, my husband Jason and my daughters Ava and Lexi. They have always been my biggest cheerleaders. Their encouragement has been the foundation that has allowed me to grow as both an educator and a leader. This moment represents much more than a professional milestone. It is a personal commitment that I have had since I started teaching in an ESE self-contained classroom in 2011. A commitment to serve, to lead with integrity, and to work alongside each of you to make a positive and lasting impact. As I transition into this role, I bring with me over 14 years of experience in special education. But more importantly, I bring a deep belief in the power that public education can change lives. I look forward to listening and learning from all of you, to building strong relationships, and to setting clear goals that reflect our shared values and vision. Together, I believe we can meet the challenges ahead and create a learning environment where every child is seen, supported, and empowered to succeed. Thank you again for this opportunity and your trust in me.
Thank you. We'll have you come down with your family and your friends and make sure we get a photo, please. Hang on, don't move, don't move, don't move. Rick, get out of the way. They're trying to reach over the top of you. Thank you all very much. Congratulations. And lastly, board members, we have Amy Little, Acting Assistant Director for Facilities Planning and Real Estate, being promoted to Assistant Director of Facilities Planning and Real Estate.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I do want to thank Mr. Fix and Mr. Josh I'm sorry, my brain just went blank. Macklemore, for this opportunity. I've served Polk County for 10 years, and I look forward to serving the public school system in our communities to make a strong community within everybody. And I want to thank my husband. He's also here.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that was quick. What in the world?
Good evening again, everyone. Board members and guests, last board meeting, we had the pleasure of identifying recipients of the Florida Prepaid Scholarship. And unfortunately, one of our students wasn't able to attend. So we brought them back here today so that we can recognize them. A reminder that each of our winners will receive a 2-year scholarship for college. The selection process was done randomly with all eligible students, and 2 of the students must be current incoming kindergartners. So at this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Jenkins, 6th grader at Bartow Middle, to please join me.
No, she's 8th grade. She's an 8th grader.
Oh, it says 6th. I apologize. You're an 8th grader. Come on down. Mom, you want to join us? You want to get in here with Smile? Next, I'd like to introduce, or actually ask Ms. Sarah Beth Wyatt, who stepped down tonight to help us with recognition. I'd like to introduce Ms. Jeanette Crowley, Director of Strategic Planning and Partnerships, who will be here this evening to join us for the recognition of the 2025 Congressional Art Competition winners. Ms. Crowley. And Ms. Hunt. Is Ms. Hunt here?
Yes,
Ms. Hunt?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Chair, Vice Chair, School Board members, Superintendent Hyde, and our guests, Polk County Public Schools is excited to celebrate our students' artistic achievements as we continue to embrace and celebrate the arts. Talented students from Harrison School for the Arts were recently recognized for the 2025 Congressional Art Competition through the Office of Congressman Scott Franklin. The 2025 theme was Florida's Natural Wildlife. The winning piece of artwork is currently being installed tomorrow morning in Representative Franklin's office in Washington, D.C., and will be displayed for 1 year. That's why our winner is not with us. However, we've invited all our honorable mention and our winners with us tonight as well. But before we recognize our students, the principal and art teachers, I'd like to ask Alice Hunt from Representative Scott Franklin's office to join me and share more about the program.
Thank you for having me. The Congressional Art Competition was introduced in 1982 as a nationwide visual arts competition by the Congressional Institute. The winning piece of art from each congressional district is displayed for 1 year in the highly traveled Capitol Cannon Tunnel that runs between the House of Representatives and the Capitol. This year, Congressman Franklin is serving as co-chair of the nationwide competition. Each year, he introduces a theme, as you heard, it's Florida's native wildlife, to the schools in 8 counties of Florida's 18th district. We received, 52 entries from 3 counties, and the winning entries were selected and presented at the awards ceremony earlier last month. The quality and the creativity of the art was so impressive this year that 6 honorable mentions were selected, as well as the top 3 places.
Thank you, Alice. I'd also like to thank Nancy Peary and Beth Cummings with our Fine Arts Department for being here. I'd like to thank Kevin Levine and Brandy Polly for being here, as well as Casey Hall, art teacher at Harrison School for the Arts. Our honorable mention students, all from Harrison School for the Arts, I'd like to recognize them. We do have 1 student here with us. Honorable mention students is Rachel Harris, Addison Porter, Evelyn Hofert, who is with us. Could Evelyn please come down forward? If you could all just come with Evelyn, please. That way we can get a group photo. Evelyn, would you like to say any words of your inspiration and your art or anything? You're welcome.
So in my piece, I chose to showcase an alligator. I just thought it was really iconic for Florida, and I'd also just like to say that I'm really grateful for the community that we have here that supports the arts for young people like me. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll lie and say you were standing on a riser. Congratulations.
Additional honorable mentions is Isabel Sizemore, Ruby Brown, and Victoria Lane. We also have our winning pieces that we're going to show on the monitors. The winners selected are third place, Trevor Henderson, second place, Daniel Sharkick, and first place, Ariana Kerr.
And it's sad that these photos do not do this art justice. Credit to Bartow and many thanks to Bartow. They actually blew them up on very large pieces and hung them in the city hall. And it's very impressive to see the artwork in person up close. And our students are incredibly talented. So thank you for supporting the arts and doing everything else for us. And Polk State Museum for assisting, the Ashley Bell Barnett.
Ashley Gibson Barnett.
AGB.
Go ahead, you say it.
Ashley Gibson Barnett, Museum of Art.
Thank you. All right, well, I'm going to make sure I got it right. And thank you, Ms. Hunt, for supporting us and being here tonight to help us recognize these students. They're incredibly talented, and we're very blessed to have them. So thank you.
That concludes my presentation. Thank you.
And board members and visitors, just so you understand, you're seeing us hand out challenge coins. Challenge coins are unique to each student, depending on what they're here for. So we have one specifically for pledge leaders that has the American flag on the back. In this case, we have one specific for the arts that we hand out to students. And it's a small token of our appreciation and recognition for each of them. And they should be unique. So thank you for allowing us to do that. But I wanted to provide that explanation. Next, we have very special recognition as well relating to the mascot at Auburndale High School. So I'm going to ask Bo and Mr. Bennett to make their way down, as well as any other staff. Ms. Miller, as you see, is racing to get down there for her alma mater. No? Oh, she talks Auburndale up all the time. I assume that was her.
No, she is definitely not a...
All right.
Mr. Hyde, board members, as you guys are aware, Auburndale has a lot of great traditions. Mr. Hyde and Ms. Miller, you got to have one of those great traditions in the heat as we graduated our 100th class this year. One of the great traditions we have is Bo, our mascot. And so we entered Bo into a contest. And so it was with the 64. And the letter that we received from them is congratulations once again. We are proud to officially recognize Bo, the Bloodhound, as the best high school mascot for the East Region in the 64's regional mascot tournament. Bo's energy, loyalty, and school pride have made a powerful impression across the region, and we're thrilled to see him carry the banner of Auburndale High School in his celebration as of Mascot of Excellence. And his journey isn't over yet. When Bo now advances to the national championship, which will be in October. And so we will be doing that. This fired up our kids, our faculty. We had kids voting at lunch. Take your phones out, do the thing, scan the QR code. And so we had a lot of kids that were just really on it. Bo is undefeated in mascot challenges this year, as we had to dance off. So, unfortunately, our current Bo will not be with us next year, as he is a graduate of Auburndale High School and will be enlisting in the United States Marine Corps, and will be shipping off very shortly. So, and that is Antonio Christian is his name. Any questions?
Does Bo want to say anything?
Bo, you want to say?
Is Bo allowed to
That's
speak?
scary.
Is Bo allowed to speak?
You want to say anything, Bo? Rough. There will be, we will post, if you watch our Facebook, there will be, in October, there will be QR codes, there will be links. Miss Lancaster, which is our amazing AD, athletic director, will be posting that all over everything. In Instagram, Facebook, X, whatever we could, TikTok, whatever we could throw at it to get more people involved. She will be throwing that on there. So we'll be doing that in October, will be that national championship vote.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Bo. Let's get some photos. And so that I don't make that mistake again, can we give Miss Miller an honorary high school diploma from Auburndale? That's awesome. Hopefully I don't get anything wrong with this one. Next, I'd like to invite Miss Nancy Puri, Senior Coordinator for Visual Arts, and our very own world-renowned famous tax collector, Mr. Joe Tedder, to please come forward with his team for the recognition of the Kids Tag Art Check presentation, and followed by a special announcement.
Well, school board members, Superintendent Hyde, I just want to say, I want to introduce who needs no introduction, the Honorable Joe Tedder. And this is his annual check presentation for Kids Tag Art Program. We just finished the 19th year of this program, which he is going to tell. I won't steal his thunder. He's going to tell you all about this program and all of his new initiatives. And so without further ado, thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Good evening. It's great to be here with all of you, and I appreciate the opportunity. This is always a fun meeting for us, and we get a chance to tell you a little bit about the program and the great success we've had again this year, and that is in no short point because of you guys, the Polk County School Board. From the very, very beginning, when we came up with this program 19 years ago, the school board, the superintendent, and the fine arts, and more importantly, all the elementary art teachers were the ones that bought into this. And then we started talking to the community, and the community's support over the past 19 years is amazing. Every single year, we add new sponsorships and new organizations, as well as companies across this county that come in. Not only that, this program continues to grow across the state, with over 15 different tax collectors, Hillsborough County and Miami-Dade recently coming on board. And when they come in full force, you can imagine those two large counties. Statewide, this program that started here in Polk County and the tax collector's office and the Polk County school system has now raised over $2.5 million for the elementary arts program. I've got a long list here that I want to make sure that I recognize all of our sponsors. Southern Homes of Polk County, which is our major sponsor, putting in $25,000 a year. D-Print, Regal Automotive Group, Legoland Florida, the Florida Department of Citrus, Lawrence Kids, Big Four Radio Hall Communications, Tampa Electric, the Florida Heart Research Foundation, the First Lakeland Tag Agency, Mid-Florida Credit Union, Public Supermarkets Charities, St. Joseph's Children's Hospital and Winter Haven Hospital, Baycare, Bill to Pay, Lamar Advertising, Unlimited DPI, South State Bank, Strong Trout Architects, Polk Arts and Culture Alliance, WBF Radio, FM, the Ashley Gibson Barnett Museum of Art at the Florida Southern College, the Polk Education Foundation, and of course the Polk County Schools. I don't know of anybody we haven't got on board, but if you can think of somebody, we will jump on them. We have raised over $750,000 just here in Polk County for the elementary's art programs. This year, every single school that participates, public and private, is receiving a base amount of $625. It goes back to the elementary school teacher, the elementary art school teacher, for them to use in their classroom. Over $60,000 is being presented today through all the schools. Your check is $52,000. So it's just been an amazing program, and we thank you so much for your support, your teachers, and the great artists that we have. And I mentioned to the superintendent before the meeting, we're starting something new this coming year that we're really excited about. It's a different program, and I mean, this literally came together about a phone call 3 weeks ago I made to Nancy saying, I have this idea, I want to try this, can you make it happen now? And she said, school's closing. And I said, no, we need to make it happen now. And she said, let me see what I can throw together. So it's kind of experimental, but it's this. We've been trying to figure out how we can expand this interest of art throughout all grades. And so we've created a program now that began this year for high school arts, and it's called Kids Tax Art. So when you get your bill this November, on the back of the envelope for every tax bill is going to be a piece of artwork designed by one of your high school students. We're in the process now of selecting that piece of art. And Southern Homes, once again, with a quick phone call to Greg Masters, I said, I need your support for this. And so the artwork that we picked, that student will receive a scholarship for $2,500. And then the art teacher will receive a check for $500. So I'm so grateful for Southern Homes for stepping up and just something unique. But I am hoping that now that the tax bill is beautiful with the artwork, I will get no complaints this year about the tax bills. No more talking about eliminating taxes, because it's art now. It's not taxes anymore. It's all art. So we're looking forward to that. And again, I appreciate your staff and just in a rush saying, okay, Joe, whatever you want, let me figure out a way to do it. And I appreciate y'all's support as well. So every year we get to recognize the school board district that has the most in sales. And last year it was school board member Lisa Miller, and it is not school board Lisa Miller this year. I'm so sorry, but it is school board member Sarah Beth Wyatt. So the traveling trophy will now travel to the desk next to you, Lisa, and we thank you so much. And Mr. Superintendent, Mr. Chairman, that is all I have.
Thank you very much, sir. You,
and I have with me, I got to make sure I do this. Sorry. It's always important to recognize the people that really do the work. Ashley Mills in our office that helps coordinate this and helps a lot of other counties across the state, task force across the state, and Jessica Seifley, who works in my office as well. Both these ladies contribute a lot of their time away from the office in making this program successful.
great job. Last, I'd like to welcome back Ms. Jeanette Crowley, Director for Strategic Planning and Partnerships, for the recognition of our Focused on Excellence winners. Oh, look at them admiring the award down there.
That's me. She's not a good sport.
Chair, school board members, Superintendent Hyde, and audience, thank you so much for the opportunity. We're excited to continue highlighting the important contributions that all Polk County Public School employees make for students through the Focus on Excellence Employee Recognition Campaign. This campaign honors staff members from different employee groups who might get overlooked among the hustle of keeping one of the nation's 26 largest school districts running efficiently. This quarter, the program is recognizing custodial, maintenance, warehouse, and professional technical staff, but each quarter it does recognize a select group of employees through a nomination and committee process. 12 employees are selected as winners and will receive prizes from our generous sponsors, as well as attend a special appreciation luncheon and be honored at a school board meeting. They will also be highlighted on a district's social media channels and website. Our employees are providing exceptional public service and make the motto "Students First" their mission. Now in our 5th year of the program, we continue to keep making positive additions to enhance the program, but the most important benefit is bringing encouragement and appreciation to our employees and impacting their lives in a positive way. This program would not be possible without our generous sponsors, so I'd like to do a quick highlight of them. IDX Brands, formerly Image Depot Express, Mid-Florida Credit Union, Public Supermarkets, Inc., Sign Gypsies, Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, Chick-fil-A, A.D. Morgan, Central Florida Development Council, CPS Investment Advisors, Connect Ed, Dixie Southern Industrial, Inc., Orlando Health, and the Club at Eagle Brook. I want to thank these business partners who constantly support the work of our school district and who have graciously come alongside us making this campaign successful. Due to their financial support, we're able to give every PCPS employee who is nominated through this program a special gift as well. All right, let's hear about our winners. I'd like to have Rosa Alfonso please come up. Come on, Rosa. Rosa is a custodian at Lakeland Senior High. And when Rosa found out that she was a winner for the Focus on Excellence, she had tears of joy. And she said she's extremely thankful for being recognized. Congratulations. Teresa Kane. Ms. Teresa is a custodian at Kathleen Middle. She enjoys working with her coworkers who are like her family. She said it's a pleasure to work with staff at Kathleen Middle. Congratulations. You're welcome. And when I call each winner, if your family or any support of your team and supervisors are here, please come down and join them for a photo. Elaine Sherry, she's a custodian at Chain of Lakes Elementary. She is not here with us tonight, but we have Miss Susie Nelson, our principal, here with us. What Miss Sherry said is she said there's something truly special about the culture at Chain of Lakes. The way our staff embraces every student and colleague with love and acceptance reflects the heart of our work. Being part of the district that celebrates diversity and focuses on student success makes the job meaningful every day. Congratulations to Elaine Cherry, custodian at Chain of Lakes Elementary.
Need like a stand-in.
Yeah, hold up.
Maling Feliciano Ruiz, head custodian foreman at Citrus Ridge A Civics Academy. Ms. Ruiz said what she loves most is for the students at her school to have a learning environment that is neat and clean. She wants every child to excel and reach their fullest learning potential. Congratulations. You're welcome. Next, I'd like to introduce Dennis Bolton, who is a manager in maintenance services. Dennis said he enjoys the constant change every day and the camaraderie with himself and his team. The school board is a great place to work to be able to support our future generations. Congratulations. Next is Troy Buell. Troy is a pest control technician in maintenance services. Troy said what he loves most about his job in working for Polk County Public Schools is that he loves meeting people and, more importantly, keeping the kids safe from pests.
Get the glare.
Next, we have Richard Giroux, or Rick Giroux, our warehouse technician in assessment, accountability, and evaluation. And what Rick loves most about his job is the fact that he personally gets to handle and move a tremendous amount of test material throughout the entire district. This gives him the satisfaction of knowing if he's done his job to the best of his ability, and it always has a positive effect on the lives of school administrators, teachers, and even students. Congratulations. Delvin Reed, come on up. Delvin is our warehouse manager in warehousing and distribution. He started in 1980 as a substitute custodian. He got hired full-time in 1981. He moved his way up into the warehouse manager, and he's been in that position for the last 14 years. What he loves most about his job is taking care of students and staff needs, specifically when it comes to keeping them supplied with food, school supplies, equipment, furniture, books, and etc. Delvin said his team has always done their best to make sure the students and staff have what they need to excel in their educational experience. Lastly, he values the relationships that he's developed with so many people from all sectors of the school system and vendors over the 43 plus years with Polk County Public Schools. He can honestly say that he's enjoyed all his years of working for PCPS. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Okay, Emily Palmer, she's a clinical nurse at Alta Vista Elementary. She could not be here with us, but I do want to we have her principal here. I'm sorry, Mr. Cummings is here with us. I'm sorry, my name just escaped me. But I do want to acknowledge Ms. Palmer and read her information that she submitted. She said what she loves the most about working for Polk County Public Schools is the students. She absolutely loves the diversity of personalities. She is blessed to watch these amazing students learn and grow into outstanding young ladies and gentlemen. So I want to say congratulations to Emily Palmer, clinical nurse at Alta Vista Elementary. We'll get a picture. Come on. Let's get a picture in the middle. Janet Robinson. Janet is a student assignment specialist in career, technical, and adult education. Janet finds satisfaction in helping parents and students understand the benefits of career technical education opportunities that Polk County Public Schools offers, and then facilitating those placements. The career technical education programs offer real-world, hands-on learning experiences for our students, as well as the accompanying student organizations. Congratulations. You're welcome. Timothy Sherman, Senior Coordinator in Title I and Federal Programs. What Timothy loves most about his job is helping schools use their resources to create equitable opportunities for all students. Working for Polk County Public Schools allows him to work with passionate educators and support them as they make a difference in the lives of each student in their care. He also loves his Title I team, which makes coming to work each day feel like he gets to spend time with his family. Congratulations. You're welcome. Hold your sign down. All right. Zachary View. Zachary is a computer support technician in electronic equipment repair and support, or EERS. Zachary said that he loves each day because he's empowered to make a difference for the students and staff that he serves. He truly feels the appreciation for all of his efforts. Well, congratulations, and we appreciate you. Congratulations again to all our winners. You're certainly deserving of this appreciation, yes. In the coming weeks, we will continue to spotlight them so our community and internal staff can also see all the information that all the great things they're doing. So I just want to leave everyone with this quote. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than what is expected. So for our audience and those watching online, if you could please visit polkschoolsfl.com/excellence, you can learn more about the program. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Board members, thank you for your time. It's kind of fitting that we ended with this group this year. As you know, we're at the start of hurricane season, and there was so much more. I wish many of them would have stayed to hear really the appreciation that we have for what they do each and every day. These are the frontline people that when a storm hits, they're still on the roads. These are the people who are in buildings, in our shelters, making sure that we're operational. Our warehouse, flexes so that we can distribute food and necessary cleaning supplies to our own employees and to others. These are the people who not only make the magic happen every single day for school and children, but when emergencies arise or hit our community hardest, these are the unsung heroes that really don't get the recognition that they deserve during those crucial times for our community. So I'm pleased to be able to have the opportunity to recognize them here formally this evening and to see so many of them selected by their peers for all that they do, because they don't seek that type of attention on their own. So thank you. Mr. Chair, that concludes special recognitions for this evening.
All right, thank you, Superintendent. And Ms. Crowley, thank you for the work that you do in recognizing our employees and staff. Thank you, indeed. All right, board members, and again, thanks for everyone who joined. It's a heavy lift to make it out this evening, so with families and so forth, so great opportunity to recognize them. Board members, we are now moving to public comment on items on the agenda to be voted upon. We do not have any cards, anybody signed up to speak on the agended items, so we will move past our public comment section to the approval of minutes. And we have two sets of minutes to approve tonight. And the first set of minutes is for the May 6, 2025 work session meeting. So the chair will entertain a motion to accept those meeting minutes as written. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Mr. Sharpless made the motion and Mr. Keys seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, I would like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right. Moving down to E2, which is the approval of the minutes for the May 6th, 2025 school board meeting. The chair will now entertain a motion to accept those meeting minutes as written. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Mr. Sharpless made the motion,
Second.
and Mr. Keys made the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'd like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Next up is the approval of today's consent agenda. The chair will entertain a motion to accept today's consent agenda as printed and with those noted changes. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Keys made the motion and Ms. Miller seconded. Any discussion on our consent agenda tonight? Seeing none, I would like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right. We are now moving to our action agenda for this evening. And our first item on the agenda is T1, naming of the Walter Caldwell Elementary Media Center in honor of Tamisha Irwin. The suggested action is to approve the naming of the Media Center in honor of her. The chair will now accept the motion and a second.
Move to approve.
All right, so Ms. Miller made the motion, and I heard Mr. Sharpless on the second. So we have a motion and a second. And Ms. Miller, you are recognized for discussion.
I just want to share the letter that was written in support of this renaming. I am proudly recommending that the Media Center at Caldwell Elementary be named after Ms. Tamisha Irwin. Ms. Irwin has served at Caldwell for 45 years, in many roles. She served as a teacher for 14 and as a media specialist for 31, as well as serving as the PTA president, yearbook coordinator, and new show sponsor. Ms. Irwin also hosted numerous parent nights, which were focused on reading, and began an Authors Club program, which helps students learn about an author and increase reading and writing skills. She was a jack of all trades for the school and will be leaving a legacy of learning for years to come. They're asking me to please take for the board to take in consideration this request, and I'm super excited about this. We will also be honoring her later in the city at one of the city commission meetings. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Miller. And Ms. Wyatt, you're recognized.
Thank you. I have had Ms. Tamisa as a stage manager at Theater Winter Haven, so I have some great stories about her library. But this could not be more fitting. I hope you are enjoying retirement, as we all 2 weeks now. So, but this could not be more fitting, and I'm excited to come to the unveiling when it's officially on the building at the school. So, please let us know when that is.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wyatt.
Can we go ahead and have them come down and take a photo, please?
Yeah.
And if board members would like to join them, they're welcome to do so.
All right. Very good.
Did we vote first?
Should we vote first?
And then we can
Yeah, we'll go ahead and vote. And
Go any other way, but
all right. So I see no further discussion. Board members, at this time, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. And as you're coming up, here's an opportunity as well. Congratulations. We'll give her a hand. This is a great accomplishment. Huge. You do have an opportunity to share any words if you like. The microphone is yours.
I knew from the first day I stepped at Caldwell, 1980, that's where God wanted me to be. And it's all about the kids, loving the kids, and that's how I lasted 45 years, was loving the kids.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, come down.
I'll let you know when they're
They're all going.
I will absolutely.
It's bad outside, huh?
All right, board members, we are at T2 entitled School Board's Designation of the Position of General Counsel for Inclusion in the Senior Management Service Class of the FL or Florida Retirement System. The suggested action is to approve this designation this evening. The chair will now entertain a motion and a second.
So moved.
Mr. Keys has made the motion.
Second.
Oh, yeah, and Ms. Wyatt made the second. Very good. So, board members, any discussion on this one? Again, this is just really a culmination of the great work that's been done over the last multiple months. So, Boswell and Dunlap has done a phenomenal job in leading that initiative and helping us along the way. So, appreciate the work on this, indeed. All right. So, we've got a motion. We've got a second. No, I don't see any other discussion at this point. Board members, I'd like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. And congrats to Mr. Green as well.
We will pass word along. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We are at T3, and this one's entitled Election of FSBA District Director. Looking for basically a call on this one. And Mr. Crawford, I know that you had a commission to do in between the meetings. I don't know if you got a chance.
did, right, exactly. I wanted to try to see if I couldn't raise Ms. Fields on the telephone in order to find out her opinion so I could pass that word forward to you in your meeting tonight. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in touch with her. I think she's got her hands full with Girls Inc. today. So, so I apologize that I can't add to your discussion this evening, but.
All right.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. All right. At this point, Mr. Sharpless, you're recognized.
I move to re-elect Dr. William Allen as our FSBA District Director.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. All right, so we have a motion on the floor.
Second.
And Mr. Keys has seconded that. Any discussion? Mr. Sharpless, you're recognized.
I just wanted to say, I think, Dr. Allen, you've served well as our District Director for FSBA, and you're present at our Board of Directors meetings, and you speak up for us in Polk County, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. I appreciate the opportunity to continue serving in that role. At this point, no other discussion. I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right, we are moving down to T4, and that's the election of FSBA District Director Alternate. Mr. Sharpless, you are recognized.
I move to nominate Travis Keys as our FSBA District Director Alternate.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. And Mr. Sharpless, you are recognized.
Certainly, I've witnessed Mr. Keys, Board Member Keys, being active in FSBA, going to our meetings, and I think this is a great opportunity for him to step up and get some leadership in the organization, and I fully support it. I do think there'll be an opportunity next month for Board Member Fields, if she wishes to be on the advocacy committee. There's that, which we'll have to make that appointment next month. And in the meantime, we should contact her and see what her desires might be around that. So I fully support Board Member Keys being elected to this position.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. And her currently serving in that advocacy role with the FSBA. All right. So I don't see any other comments at this point. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'd like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right. We are moving to T5, entitled Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee Appointee, Jim Hampton. And the suggested action is to approve the Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee appointment, Jim Hampton. This is coming from the District 1 area, and as per the charge sheet for this committee, this is a 3-year term with the option of no more than one additional 3-year term. So the chair will now accept a motion at this time and a second. I would actually like to make the motion, but I'm the chair, so I won't do that.
So moved.
All right, thank you, Mr. Keys. We do have a motion, and Ms. Wyatt has seconded that. Any discussion at this point? Yeah, I would like to discuss this. You can see the bio that's noted there, and I really appreciate his willingness to step into this role. And you can see he's really deeply committed to the success of Polk County schools and is passionate about ensuring taxpayer dollars are used efficiently and transparently to benefit schools, teachers, and the community. These two appointees that I'm bringing forward, they have just been aggressively working to build some morale at Philip O'Brien. I'm really thankful for the great work that they're doing. And if you drive by Philip O'Brien, you can see there's tons of banners wrapped around that school, and they're generating some dollars to really help their SAC and PTO. So this would be my recommendation. So at this point, I would like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are moving down to T5, and this one's entitled Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee Appointment, Andrea Anderson. And the suggested action is to approve the Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee appointment, Andrea Anderson. So as per, again, the charge sheet, this is a 3-year term with an option of no more than 1 additional 3-year term. The chair will accept the motion at this time, and a second.
So moved.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sharpless on the motion, and Mr. Keys seconded. So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion at this point? And again, I think her experience within and ties to Lakeland Realtors Group just really ties strongly to this committee as well, and deep ties to Polk County. I think she'd be a great asset to that committee. So I will now entertain a vote on this. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are moving down to T7. This is a half-cent sales tax committee appointment. Eddie Twyford. The suggested action is to approve Mr. Twyford to that committee. So I'll take a motion at this point.
So moved.
All right, so Ms. Wyatt has made the motion. I'm looking for a second.
Second.
And Mr. Sharpless has seconded. Any discussion on this appointee? Boy, oh man, Ms. Miller got to it first.
No, I just wanted to say that you rarely see people super excited about committees. But this gentleman, Mr. Twyford, is very excited about our half-cent sales tax committee. No, he did great work before, and when I ran into him in Winter Haven, we would frequently discuss that. So I'm glad that he's decided to serve on it again. Sorry to take that, Mrs. Wyatt.
Thanks, Ms. Miller. I did not know it was that competitive. To commend him.
Miller and I aren't competitive. We just like to win.
Oh yeah, I see. And Ms. Wyatt, you're recognized.
Thank you. I've never had anyone beat me to the punch for my own nominee. But I, as Ms. Miller said, Mr. Twyford is the most excited person I've ever met about the half-cent sales tax committee. He chaired it for a couple years. As we discussed earlier today, his nomination and appointment today is conditional on us updating the charge sheets because he has served 2 terms. However, as we've discussed in several meetings, the charge sheet will be changing to allow additional terms if someone is interested. Someone that is as interested and passionate as him, I hate to let that passion go to waste in Polk County. But he has been a great advocate for the half-penny sales tax and for all of the great work that it does. So I'm thrilled to bring his name forward as an appointment.
All right, very good. At this point, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Congrats to Mr. Twyford. We are now moving to T8. And this one's entitled Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee Appointment, MJ Carnevale. And the suggested action is to approve the Half-Cent Sales Tax Committee appointment for MJ. And as per the charge sheet, again, this is a 3-year term with the option of no more than 1 additional. So the chair will now entertain a motion and a second.
So moved.
Oh, Ms. Wyatt made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded. And I see, Ms. Wyatt, you are recognized, or was that a carryover?
It was a carryover, but I was trying to press my button. It was a carryover.
All right, stand by.
I was trying to press my button and it wouldn't let me because I was still speaking. I'm really excited to have MJ serve on this committee. As you can read in his bio, he's currently the deputy city manager for City of Winter Haven. I actually called him originally to say, is there someone on your team that can serve on this committee? I would love for there to be somebody looking at this for a lens of if we're doing something on one of our school campuses in your city that you know it's coming down the pipe in 5 years, can we coordinate so that when we're doing projects at Elbert, if you need to do something in that area, we can do it at the same time. He called me back and said, I've thought about it and I really want that person to be me, which he then got approval because I said, I think you're too busy and I don't want you to burn yourself out. So he got approval to do that, and I'm excited to have his voice because he truly is someone that looks at the holistic picture of how can we do what's best for kids and be very creative and intentional in using public dollars to do that. So I am thrilled to bring his name forward for an appointment to the half-cent sales tax committee.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wyatt. And Mr. Sharpless, you're recognized.
just want to go on record by saying I have a lot of respect for MJ. He's a great leader. I think he'll do an amazing job on the half-cent sales tax committee, and just really look forward to his input on this committee.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. I'd like to call for a vote at this point. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are now transitioning to T9, and this one's entitled Attendance Boundary Committee Appointee, Brian Yates. The suggested action is to approve the Attendance Boundary Committee appointee, Brian Yates. And as per charge, I'm not going to state that again. You all have the point. I'll take a motion in a second at this point.
So moved.
All right, Ms. Wyatt made the motion and Mr. Keys seconded. And we've got two people? No? All right. Ms. Wyatt, you are now recognized.
I learned to click the button as soon as my mic is unmuted because, but I am thrilled to bring Mr. Yates' name forward. He's a City of Winter Haven commissioner. He previously has served on the half-cent sales tax advisory committee. He has young students at our schools, and I think will be a great asset, especially as we're looking at rezoning our schools over the next 2 years, really understanding the communities and neighborhoods. One thing that was important to me from the attendance boundary standpoint in Winter Haven is that we have some diverse neighborhoods that are really, really broken up right now, and how do we make sure that they have access to schools in their areas? We're looking at rezoning, so I'm excited to have someone that truly understands our neighborhoods that can bring that perspective to the committee for our area.
All right. Great appointment, Ms. Wyatt. Good comments. I would like to call for a vote at this point. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right, cue eerie music, man, this is crazy back there. All right, we are moving to T10, which is the 5-year capital improvement work plan. The motion is to approve the capital improvement work plan for the fiscal year 2024 through 28 as presented. The chair will now entertain a motion and a second.
Move to approve.
All right, Ms. Miller made the motion.
Second.
And Mr. Sharpless seconded. Any discussion? Ms. Miller, you are recognized.
I pulled this off the consent agenda because of the detail of the report, and I want people to make sure they pay attention to this. There's a lot that goes into the 5-year plan. I see people, I'm not going to ask like a lot of questions for you to move to the microphone, but if there is a statement that you wanted a brief of what this is, or Josh McLemore's coming up because, like me, he likes to talk. I know.
You are recognized, sir. Glad you're here with us.
Thank you for the opportunity, Board Member Miller. To her point, that is very true. Actually, an understated statement. We work hand in hand with our demography, student enrollment projections, as well as working with the CFO in terms of our projected revenues. So it is a very delicate. It's not a science. It is very much an art of trying to balance our needs versus against our resources. So there's a lot to this, and it's not just 5 years. We're looking 10 and 20 years into the future. So thank you.
Indeed. All right. Thank you, Mr. McLemore. Any other discussion on this one? All right. I'd like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are moving to our last action agenda item tonight, which is T11, and this is transition school board executive assistant. And the motions, basically the recommended action is to approve the transition of school board executive assistant under the superintendent's purview. I will now take a motion and a second.
I would love to make a motion to approve the transition of school board executive assistant to be under the superintendent's purview.
All right, Ms. Wyatt has made the motion.
Second.
And Ms. Miller has seconded. Any discussion, board members? All right, Ms. Wyatt, you're recognized.
Thank you. I want to thank the superintendent again for his generous offer to assist us with this. I think it makes sense. I know that's how a lot of other school boards do this. We had great conversation on it at the end of not at the end, at the part of the work session before we recessed. We had great discussion on this, so if you are interested in learning more about what all that entails, you can watch the work session.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wyatt. And Mr. Keys, you are recognized.
I also want to thank the superintendent for being willing to take that on. I know that there's a lot on his plate already, but I think it's appropriate considering what we see in other districts. And so thank you for that, and I appreciate your support of your board in doing so.
All right. Seeing no other comments at this point, I would like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right, and next we will now go into a public hearing. I will now open the public hearing. The first order of business would be any comments on public hearing agenda items. We have not received any comments or comment cards, but if you want to speak to this, you have an opportunity to speak to our public hearing item. All right. Seeing none at this point, we are moving to U1, which is the public hearing for the 2025-26 Code of Student Conduct. This item came before the board on our May 6th work session, as Mr. Butler presented that. So at this point, the chair will accept the motion at this time and a second.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Keys made the motion.
Second.
And Ms. Wyatt has seconded. So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the Code of Student Conduct? All right. Now I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right. At this time, I'll now close the public hearing. Okay. And the next item on our agenda is the superintendent's report. Superintendent, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Those watching and our staff who are still here, I will have a little bit of a superintendent's report because first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and ask the staff to cue up the video because I'm going to speak about graduation, and we have a nice video for you to view at this time.
To all the friends and family who made the effort to come support us tonight, I want to say thank you.
To the parents who had to take time off work, or to the family members who flew across the globe to be here today, thank you.
You've been our unpaid therapists, chefs, chauffeurs, and biggest fans. If there was a GPA for parenting, you would all have graduated as valedictorian.
The support you provide year-round does not go unnoticed. It is deeply appreciated, and it truly cannot be overstated.
And to my grandparents, titis, tios, and siblings, thank you for encouraging me to live a life rooted in kindness and support.
Mom and Dad, I love you guys more than you could ever know. They're the real star of the show.
And I especially want to thank the woman whose love and sacrifice made this moment possible, my mother, mi mama. She is my only family member that came to see me. And that is okay, because she has never left my side.
There's mornings where you feel like you just can't get yourself to take that first step out of bed. When I think about that, I think back to something that my dad has always told me. He told me that life gets pretty simple when you realize that the most important thing you can do is show up. By showing up for those you love, you show them that you're making them a priority. It sounds so easy, because it really is.
Everyone in this arena, from my peers graduating with me to the families in the stands, we all have that someone or someones that makes us want to be better. I ask you to reflect. Think about who the person in your life is that inspires you, and better yet, challenges you to be more. Treasure and thank these people in your lives.
Tonight serves as what I call virtual memories that we store away and recall fondly. Because you see, as parents, we cherish these moments. We cling to these because for us, your lives are moving far too quickly. We blinked and you were walking. We blinked, you were running. We blinked again, and here we are. We cling to these moments because as you race towards your future, We are racing against the clock because you're growing up and your lives are becoming your own far too quickly. I'll leave you with a few last thoughts as a dad. Remember that we believe in you. Your true evolution to greatness will only happen when you believe in yourselves. As your parents, we will always be here for you. And lastly, most importantly, we love you. We always have. We always will. Congratulations, class. So they did a great job. They surprised me with that video. And it got me choked up again. Graduation, board members, you've heard me say this repeatedly, and I'll say it every year I get an opportunity. The entire school year is full of great days, but there are really two great days, fabulous days every school year. The first day of school, when everybody shows up, they're excited about learning, they want to see their friends, they want to be there. That quickly dissipates, as you know. And it's graduation. It's the culmination of arguably 13 years of their investment in us, our investment in them, to get them to that point where they become young adults and transition into the real world. And I tell you, this year, I could not be prouder of the board for what that's worth, because so many of you attended countless graduation events in the heat. I got to attend Auburndale's 100th year this year out in the heat. It was actually cooler at that event than it was at Frostproofs. But I got to experience those because we had a unique schedule this year. And previous years, my schedule would not allow me to be at those events. So very happy to do so. Board members, I am thrilled to share that as of today, without summer school and other things, we graduated 8,100 students across that stage. And of those, here's another great statistic for you. Last year there was a big focus on the number of students who got certificates of completion. And I was sharing with each of you at the different events how some of those schools went from 100 or more down to a dozen or less. And so this year, the number of actual graduates who finished, remember, 8,100 basically graduated, 7,850 roughly graduated with a traditional diploma. So our schools really made great strides. And, I know it's going to be hard for Jason and his team to come in here because they're worried that the whole system behind the wall will burn to the ground if they walk away from it. But I would like Mr. Geary to bring in as many of his staff to come in here to be recognized. This team put in 600 hours of work to get us set up for 2 days, as well as Ms. Winchester, as well as all the central office staff, who really are there from 6 a.m. to almost 11 p.m. every night. They need to come in and be recognized. They took on a challenge. Each year, they have taken on the renewed challenge to do something different, something unique. We added confetti cannons. We added window clings this year. I mean, the RP Funding Center is no longer the RP Funding Center when we're there for graduations. I hope you're proud of that. Banners are everywhere. It's our kids' faces. It's our community. And we do an amazing job at graduation. Miss Winchester is, marshaling us up there, getting us ready in line, making sure that we're ready. And then she's leaving there every night with half a ton of confetti in her hair, as well as everyone else. And thank you to everybody else. It's really an amazing event, and a lot happens there. Another couple things just to share about graduation. Combined, our graduation live streams had over 24,000 live views and an additional 50,000 views on demand. And so we do that because, unfortunately, some of our families are deployed, some of our families are living overseas, and extended family, we want to give them an opportunity to share in the graduation experience. Our viewers watched graduation from 27 different countries. and territories, including Argentina, Bahamas, Brazil, Belize, British Virgin Islands, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Honduras, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Ecuador, Haiti, India, Mexico, Nicaragua, Japan, Peru, Philippines, Spain, St. Lucia, United Kingdom, U.S. Virgin Islands, Venezuela, and Vietnam. Haines City had the largest viewing audience with over 1,500 concurrent viewers. They also had the largest graduating class this year at 707, if I remember correctly. Several of our high schools, including George Jenkins, broke their all-time graduation records. And again, the PR team, I can't say enough about them. They're there early, they stay late, they never complain, but they're always striving to find something new. And next year we have some really good, exciting updates, and board members, you will have an opportunity to participate, and I think you're going to be excited at it by those things. But from everything, Miss Winchester sets up the green room with all the rest of the team, and the number of staff who were there wearing their shirts, out there helping coordinate the activities, ushering people to their seats. And I also want to thank the Sheriff's Department. As you know, they stepped in 2 years ago to help us with this, and I give those guys and ladies a tremendous amount of credit. They're polite, they're professional, they're courteous, they help us make sure we get people in and out swiftly, but professionally and respectful. Because while a lot of our graduation ceremonies and schools strive to make sure that the ceremony is not too long, it needs to be long enough for people to actually celebrate the event and the reason why we're there. So graduation is a great opportunity. I'm glad to be able to recognize staff. And as you know, my son graduated, and I'll say thank you again to the district for helping me raise an amazing young man. Thank you. That concludes my report. Well, I can't conclude my report. I still have to announce work session and board meeting will be held on July 29th. I tell you, I'm off my game tonight. The work session will begin at 12:30 p.m. and the board meeting will begin at 5 p.m. The meeting will be held at the district office located at 1915 South Floral Avenue in Bartow. Thank you, sir. That concludes Superintendent's report.
Appreciate you, sir. Kept it together. Indeed. All right, we are going to now transition to the attorney's report. Mr. Crawford, you are recognized.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. My gosh, it's hard to follow that report with boring legal stuff, right? But I do have a couple of, well, I'll try my best, Mr. Bridges. I'll try my best. I do have a couple of items for your attention tonight, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. The first item tonight, we have to, as you recall earlier today at your work session, we had a wonderful presentation from Ms. Griffin about some rules that are in rule development. It's time for us to go ahead and advertise for that. We do need to have a public hearing. So I'd like to request your authority to advertise a public hearing to be held on July 29th, 2025, during the regularly scheduled board meeting for policy updates on the following items. Policy 1430.07, entitled Military Leave. Policy 2623, entitled Student Assessment. Policy 3430.07, entitled Military Leave. Policy 4430.07, entitled Military Leave. Policy 5112, Entrance Requirements. 5225, absences for religious holidays. 5335, care of students with chronic health conditions. 5460, graduation requirements. 5465, general education development tests. 5500, student conduct. 7100, facilities planning. 7101, building permits and the code enforcement office. And policy 8510, wellness.
All right.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Okay, so we do actually have a motion from Ms. Wyatt there. I'll take a second on that. All right, very good. And Mr. Keys has seconded that. So again, the motion is to approve, to advertise a public hearing for the policy updates as presented from Mr. Crawford. So I'd like to call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. Mr. Crawford, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next item of business I have tonight is Resolution 24-2508. This is a resolution of the School Board of Polk County, Florida, declaring certain real property unnecessary for educational purposes and approving the donation of said real property to the Schools of McKeel Academy Incorporated as being in the best interests of the board and the general public. Mr. Chairman, board members, just to briefly explain this item, as you know, we've been working with schools of McKeel Academy Incorporated to take over the Kingsford Elementary site. We are now ready to transfer that property over to them. And so this resolution declares that property as being surplus, authorizes us to move forward with that. And what we would like for the board to do tonight is to approve the resolution and also authorize the superintendent as well as the general counsel to execute any and all documents related to that transfer in order to make sure that we have a successful transition of that property.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. The chair welcomes a motion at this time.
So moved.
All right. Mr. Sharpless has made the motion.
Second.
And Ms. Wyatt has seconded. Any discussion, fellow board members? All right. Seeing none, I'll call for a vote at this time. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed on this? And that motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That concludes the attorney's very interesting report. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Crawford and Mr. Bridges. Next item on our agenda is the auditor's report. We do not have an auditor's report tonight, but since our last meeting, I'll list off what we have received, which was the PTA and PTO internal account review from Stanbaugh Middle, the Lake Ship Elementary final payroll audit, Boone Middle final payroll audit, South Point Elementary, Juanita Elementary final payroll audit, Philip O'Brien's PTA and PTO internal account review, and Griffin Elementary final payroll audit. So if you have any concerns or questions as you work through those documents, you can bring those forward to Ms. Matthews or the superintendent. All right, and now we are at the time where you get to share. So the board members report, and we will start with District 2. Mr. Keys, you are recognized.
I swear that we were going to go backwards this time and let Ms. Miller go first, but that's okay. Listen, I'm going to echo what the superintendent said, and having the privilege of witnessing graduation for my first time as a board member, all I can say is, wow. What a spectacular show that we put on. To see the production value that goes into it, to see the excitement on the students' faces, the families that come out, and to witness historic things like 707 graduates. Only to hear, Mrs. Kish say, Davenport High, watch out because their junior class is 750. And so it's going to get even larger. So, and to see all of us come together for those events, how they're put together so well, it's worth the time and the effort and the energy to come see these things just to witness it because they are amazing events, the culmination of 13 years, although some of the students swore it was only 12 years, I think that we heard a couple times. But what an amazing thing to experience and just was at awe at those kind of shadows, what we see through the whole year. It's awesome to kind of end the school year on that. And so what a privilege to do that. So that's all I really have. We did lots of things, but listen, I'm glad that we're here now because that was a lot, but it was awesome. So.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Keys. And we are moving to District 4. Ms. Wyatt, you're recognized.
Thank you. I will not totally beat a dead horse on graduation because I think that is what all of us can talk about for hours because we've lived a lot of them over the past month. I do love marshalling to describe Miss Winchester's role. I love that because she certainly does keep us in line all week. Grand Marshal of graduations. But it is just a great opportunity. I tell people all the time when they look at me a little bug-eyed at how many graduations I go to of, we get emails complaining and telling us we're terrible people a lot. And it's such a great reminder of this is a Travis apparently doesn't, but the rest of us do. That this is why we do it, and this is the reason. And getting to see kids walk across the stage is just incredible. We did have some other great events that happened over the past month. So I want to thank Connect Ed had their annual meeting on May 7th. We were able to recognize lots of our local academies throughout the county this year because they have expanded to be countywide. Winter Haven won several awards. I know Superintendent Hyde has said he's going to start not allowing us to compete in certain things, but when you're great, you're great. I don't know what else to say. I do also want to congratulate the Winter Haven High School barbecue team because they are just returning from nationals, where they placed, I believe, 18th in one category and they placed in another. I think they were, I'll have to look up what the number was. Roosevelt, I know, though, was also there and placed in several categories as well. I believe they were 18th overall with, I'm going to let Mr. Sharpless give that update. But we had great representation for Winter Haven. This is their first year team, which is incredible to even go to nationals, but then also to place. I'm very excited to try their grilled cheese, which is one of their award-winning items, but was a great opportunity to celebrate them. United Way had their annual meeting as well. I learned that our very own Superintendent Hyde is vice chair and in line for leadership, which is very exciting. Congratulate him. We also had the Leadership Polk graduation, which we were able to honor last year. Ms. Copeland won the Polk Vision Leadership Polk Alumni Award. This year it was the current board chair for Polk Education Foundation, Mr. Matt Mucci, and a great history of lots of our leaders being recognized with that award. So it was a great opportunity to celebrate that. I think, other than graduations, I feel like I had one more thing. I'll have to cede my time because I forgot what my last one was. But
Did you have it?
I do.
Okay, go ahead,
I
Ms.
don't know
White.
how I could forget because Ms. Miller and I got to spend 3.5 days in Tampa this week at Leadership Florida Conference, which was a great opportunity. We had incredible speakers, but really a great opportunity to network with people both in education, outside of education. I know we sat one day with Cam Patton, who's the interim superintendent in Alachua, and just talking with her about some of the different things that they've implemented there. But we really had a great opportunity to learn and to network with lots of those that are both in and around education. So,
All right. Thank you, Ms. White. And Mr. Sharpless, you are recognized.
I'll start where Board Member Wyatt was discussing. No, it's okay. It's all good. I know you're very passionate about Winter Haven High School, so I will give the update on the National Barbecue Contest, though. I've kind of become the barbecue guy on the board, partially because my dad's one of our coaches, and I like barbecue. Sushi and barbecue are my two favorite foods, and we don't have a sushi contest, so yet maybe we should. I could be a guest judge for that one. But in all seriousness, there was over 90 teams competing at the national contest for barbecue. 3 of our teams competed there. There were, and we have some awards, and I just want to go ahead and to say what those are. We'll start with Winter Haven. They did have the 8th place out of 90 plus teams, 8th place grilled cheese. That's really good. As well as Winter Haven had the 16th place ribs. So those are 2 great things. And from District 6, East Street Barbecue from Roosevelt Academy, 3rd place steak in the nation. In the nation, out of 90 plus teams, 3rd place steak. Roosevelt also had 13th place chicken, and they placed 18th overall out of 90 plus teams in the nation for the contest. So we certainly had a great barbecue time. Just congratulations to the teams that went. And I know that we're just going to keep growing it here in Polk County. I also, last week, I went to the summer trades camp put on by the Polk County Sheriff's Office as well as Lakeland PD. I went to the one at Ridge Technical College. It was a great experience. I even came up with me and the new principal, Principal Wyndham, and I sat and chatted for a little bit. And Superintendent Hyde, I got some ideas for next year. So when we have our meeting, I'll make sure to talk to you for this trades camp. It's an amazing thing. I know Board Member Keys sits on the Foundation for Trade Jobs Matter, an initiative that's being brought in. it's a great opportunity for these kids to learn about trades. And so, yeah, it's exciting times. Another thing I did that was kind of unique, I went to Fort Meade Middle Senior High School's celebration for their ag certifications. So they had, all the students that got a certification in their agriculture department, industry certification, they had a big celebration for them, had some nice barbecue there as well. And I love to see things like that. We celebrate our kids and the achievements they make. And so big shout out to the ag teachers down there, Ashley Wheeler, as well as Karen Gibson, for the trajectory of that program. I'm really proud of them as someone who, that's where I started my career, teaching ag at Fort Meade Middle Senior High School. And I'm not going to touch on the Connect Ed Polk Dinner. I think Board Member White did a good job there. The last thing I will talk about, though, is I attended the 3DE judging culminating event at Tenor Rock High School. I'm not going to do it tonight, but at our next work session, I plan on, and hopefully it's not one that's running quite as long as today, bringing some great updates from. I also went to the board meeting there for junior achievement. Just some great updates I'll bring forward at our work session. But the 3DE program, I know we have it at 2 different schools. I went to the one at Tenor Rock. Ninth graders, some great ideas from them, and it's a great program to really think outside the box. And so that's where I will leave it for tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. And Ms. Miller, you're recognized.
Thank you. I just have a few things. One, I did enjoy this past weekend. I think the phrase I brought back was passion inspires passion. It was great to talk to people that were passionate about things that I had little knowledge of and see how, what I think is mundane is very exciting. I'm sure you guys all feel that way when I fill you in on all the things that I think are very exciting. But it was great to watch people really be able to see their work over the time of their lives be recognized. I want to mention, speaking of that, I attended the memorial service for Hollis Hooks, who was a school board member who did amazing things for this district. He joked with me that his wife only let him do it one term, because it was a lot. But he did come back and fill the place of a board member for a while. But Hollis left a legacy, and if you were at his memorial service and saw it packed end to end, you could see all the people that he was able to touch in his life doing great things. And his granddaughter really got to share who her grandpa was. And I thought it was a great moment for the community and for our schools. Hollis supported public schools. He understood the vision of magnet schools, and he was part of the creation of that. Speaking of former board members, I also ran into Jack English, who was the first board member in District 7. He still gives out a family scholarship at Lake Gibson. He has not been a school board member for 20 years, but he still shows up to the senior night and provides a scholarship in his family's name for students. So I really appreciate that and his commitment to our schools well beyond his retirement. I enjoyed visiting. There's too many things to list. We're hurrying this up. The one thing I want to announce to look forward to, if the Lake Gibson community is listening, we are ribbon cutting that gymnasium. August the 1st, it's going to be a good time. That's a long time coming. We had some delays in that construction. I promised Alan Duget, who was principal at the time, that's how long ago the conversation started, that this would happen. So I invited Mr. Duget over, and we're going to be celebrating. I think that's the teacher's first day back, so we're going to be celebrating that. Since Ty is in the room, Mr. Bruno's in the room, Auburndale, he'll always be Mr. Auburndale. Auburndale graduated their 100th class. The students received medallions. It was a great day in Auburndale. It was hot. It wasn't as hot as it's been in the past, but it was a great day for students and for the community to have that tradition. It's something they value, and it's just important. It's, the Bloodhound, even though I wasn't a Bloodhound, I'm telling you, the Bloodhound is almost as competitive as the Blue Devil over here, that it is who they are. It's that community. And I even met with the city manager who, they want their graduates to be Bloodhounds. They know what school choice is, and they want their kids to go through Auburndale High School. So that's exciting for me and the opportunities we have in Auburndale. But that ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. And I'll just continue on the conversation around graduation. It really is incredible. I mean, I just think about how many hands that we shook and the variety of different handshakes, all the different textures that we felt. I mean, there's just so much to say about a handshake. Yeah. But I mean, you sense that passion, that future, and the dreams, and I mean, just all culminating as they're walking. You just sense that the bodily tension and the muscles. I mean, it really is an incredible moment. And as we think about, we honored Miss Keys tonight, and just by the way, you've done a great job, and really incredible to watch her think, and just was so poised in the way that she responded. But it takes me back to last month's meeting where we had, her name is, if y'all remember, Catherine Plavetsky was her name. And she was a Winter Haven High student and very involved in JROTC and so forth. And she's really interested in cybersecurity and aviation. When she walked across the stage, after she shook my hand, she's like, the day after I was in the boardroom, I got admitted to West Point. And I mean, I got chill bumps when she stated that as she was walking across the stage. So that could be your daughter one day there, Mr. Keys. So graduation is a special moment. Indeed. And in that, I thank you, Superintendent, for honoring our staff. And I will say this every year. And we talked about this during our retreat in we are very stretched in our live events, right? And the amount of man hours that it takes to do that and to organize that and so forth. But I would say the monetary value, too, that is attached to that. Even like the Happy Face vid that we saw here at the very end. I mean, that in market values, easily $30,000 to $40,000 to do a piece like that. And, just thinking about these live events that we just experienced, $250,000 plus to go out in the market to actually have a vendor come out and do work like that in a big staged event. And I think about our technical director, managing all the different cameras and so forth. She's back there now, and the great work that Jessica does as well. So great work to our staff for that. And I think I was going to conclude there and keep my comments short as well. So we are going to now transition our comments, which would be our public comments. We do have one card. So Nancy Garman, are you still here with us? I was wondering. She left. All right. Mr. Coney. You want to come up to the microphone? You're here. I appreciate you hanging out with us.
Didn't mean to speak today, but Terry Coney, President of NACP Lakeland Branch, also a member of the ABC committee, like two of your current board members, but I don't plan on running for school board. But anyway, it seems like the ABC board is a stepping stone to the school board. But what I did want to say is that I noticed in publications that there will be 19 new principals starting next school year. Last year, in ACP, we had a meeting in July where we introduced all the principals, at least the invitations went out at our July meeting. And it turned out to be a huge success. Mr. Green spoke about the Gear Up program and one of the other programs. And so this year, on July 24th, we're going to do the same thing. So we'd like to invite all of you out if you can make it. And I also had a meeting with the new principal at Rochelle School of Arts this morning. Even though Rochelle is considered a choice school because of its history and legacy, it's still considered a community school. So I wanted to let her know that our village supports her, and the Washington Park Rochelle Alumni Association will have its scholarship presentations this Saturday at the Ashley Bell Burnett
Close. Gibson, Ashley Gibson.
Ashley Gibson, Burnett Museum, Art Museum. That's a lot. So so she will also be introduced there. So that was a way of welcoming her. She's a very energetic young lady. She did something in the last week that I'm not sure any principal has ever done. She actually got out and walked through the community and introduced herself to people. I think this morning she was at Mary's Bagels Cafe and met the owner there, whose father just happened to graduate from Rochelle in 1966. So she's really endearing herself to the community immediately. So just want to pass that on, and thank you for all you do.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Remind us of the time, Mr. Coney, on the July 24th, what time?
That'll be 6:30 at the Coleman Bush Building. And the scholarship presentation Saturday, if you'd like to come out, is at 5 o'clock. And a quick note that I guess I'm a second generation of the of Washington Park Rochelle. And when that organization started in 1993, my mother was a part of that. One of the founders, Miss Nellie Matlin Brooks, there's actually going to be a park renamed after her. Ribbon cutting will be this Saturday. The park that was formerly Webster Park is going to become Nellie Matlin Brooks Park, and that will be done this Saturday, July 14th at 9 a.m. And the coincidence there is her birthday is actually June 13th. So it will be tied one day that after what would have been her birthday. So
All right.
That's what's going on.
Thanks, Mr. Coney. Great selection for Maud Lee to lead Rochelle, and great leader for sure. All right, board members, next order of business is adjournment. All right, so moved. There being no further business, this meeting of the Polk County School Board is now adjourned.